The 314 East Coast line from King's Cross to Waverley was running late after a cow had ventured onto the tracks near Newcastle. As the sunset sky cooled from passionate orange to post-coitus cigarette purple, I swirled a teacup and thought about the woman with the butterfly brooch. She passed as I waited on platform 9, 3/4 of the way to where I find myself now. It was the color of the brooch that had caught my eye, caught my fancy for the briefest of times, but time being brief, she had boarded a train of her fancy as I boarded mine. Swirling a teacup, I tore out the back page of a paperback and wrote her a letter. I'm sorry if this seems odd to you, to receive a letter from a face so new, and yeah, it's true, this is not what I usually do, but there's something I wanted to share with you, because I was reminded when I was staring at your butterfly brooch, which is very nice, by the way, and I thought that I recognized it from somewhere or sometime, and I was reminded of quantum physics. The first law says that nothing is created but simply passed on. So when I feel like I've done something before, I like to think it's because I have in some life. Sorry, let me retry. In the beginning, there was energy and a huge, enormous energy sea, and that was all there was ever going to be. And then it kind of fucking exploded, and it began to change into particles and electrons and waves, and some of those turned into suns, and then they fucking exploded. And what was left turned into planets, and one of those planets got real lucky, and it turned its energy from its sun into amino acids and proteins, and then a billion years kind of happened, and things evolved, and things were complex, and they were all made of the same energy, because nothing is ever lost, and I don't think I'm explaining this very well. We go on sine waves that flow through our brains that tell us to pack up and stand up and get onto trains, and in 1 year stand underneath northern lights with a handful of snow and a heart full of ice. I hope to look up and see thousands of millions of billions of supercharged particles colliding with our atmosphere in a cosmic game of tonsil tennis. I hope to remember that they are my brothers, that they are my sisters, history, present, and future, because we are lightning and carbon and powered by static, propelled onwards by the first law of thermodynamics. From the smallest spark and the thought, let there be light, I've been running to meet you and set this right, because in a life long ago, when we were just particles in a dense cloud of gas, I stole your biscuit, or you stood on my hand, or my fathers forced your fathers off of their land, and before we could say sorry, the hourglass ran dry, and the Big Bang happened across the night sky. And from particles to single cells to complex cells to fishy cells to sticky cells to walking cells to monkey cells to man and woman human cells, I've been looking for you in all these lives to tell you that if you ever get tired of passing this energy we call life on, there's an empty chair next to me and a swirling cup of tea, and all the time that will ever be to work this out and watch the sunset change from cigarette purple to aurora green as we ride the East Coast train from King's Cross to Waverley. Thanks everyone for amazing.